Hi and welcome. My name is Peter Lessard from The Next Million Agency. Over the next few minutes in this video, I'm going to show you a strategy that's become the #1 revenue growth hack in our business. Keeping in mind that our specialty is helping businesses get to the next million in revenue, so we need to bring stuff to the game that's really impactful. And this is by far the #1 strategy that we're using at the moment. As you can see here in the graphics, we're talking about essentially taking a website, so your business website that speaks to the consumer or other businesses, and plugging in Facebook's artificial intelligence that you've heard so much about in the news recently, and helping you generate a lot more revenue. So I'm going to move relatively quickly through this, but I would highly encourage you to take this seriously and implement it into your business. It'll make a massive, massive difference. Okay, so again, not the greatest artist in the entire world, but a picture's worth 1,000 words. You have a website, you're driving traffic to your website, and you can see there's a massive disconnect between the amount of traffic that comes in and the amount of sales that you actually get. You should put tracking in place to, so that you know your numbers, by the way. But what I've found is that percentages, of hundreds of visitors compared to phone calls, walk-ins, and sales are so far off that it's absolutely frightening. And the cost of driving traffic to a website, if you're in business, has just continued to go up dramatically year after year. If you're running Google AdWords, sometimes you're spending anywhere between $5 and $30 a click, depending on what vertical that you're in. Other people are going to Bing to try and get some cheaper clicks. Maybe you're doing advertising, offline. You're wrapping your trucks. You're putting up billboards. You're doing newspaper, radio, and whatnot. If you start to, completely add up all of the money that you're spending to send traffic to a website, having a disconnect of requiring so many visitors to get so few sales and phone calls is obviously the #1 opportunity that you could tap into for absolutely massive growth. Now, as far as the opportunity, as I just said, the ratio, if you can fix that, is really, really going to skyrocket your results. And some people have tried to implement strategies already so that they can remarket to the people that are coming into the website. But I can tell you, stuff like, we're using opt-in forms. So people are telling you to use an ebook or do something to get them to opt into your newsletter. Again, what we found over the past 24 months, and really, really a lot in the last 12 months, is people are getting super, super resistant to opting into anything. They just feel like they're being spammed to death. They're not very receptive to giving you their email address. And even if they do give you the email address, it's usually a throwaway email address that they don't check very often. So here you are with a lot of traffic, very few sales, massive amount of cost to get them to come in, and outdated methods for trying to remarket to these people. The good news is there's a fantastic solution that you can use. So here's another lovely diagram that I've come up with, and you'll have to pardon my drawing. What we're doing, and you may need to do a little bit of side research and make some notes on this. If you don't know anything about the Facebook Pixel, you might want to write that down and do some research after you finish watching this video. But the long and short of it is, you've heard of the Facebook brain, the Facebook artificial intelligence that runs all of Facebook. And the way that the Facebook brain gets its data, the main way that it knows how people behave and then gives them content that they want to see, is by this piece of code called the Facebook Pixel. The Facebook Pixel is something that's installed on probably 80% of the websites in the world. As a sidebar, if you have not installed the Facebook Pixel on your website, or if you're not sure if it's there, immediately call your developer or whoever takes care of your website and tell them to get the Facebook Pixel installed. The reason for that is that if you have the Facebook Pixel installed on your website, Facebook's artificial intelligence is going to actually store all of the visitors that have come to your website, and it gives you the ability to remarket to them later. And we'll touch on that in a few minutes. But first, let's get to the growth hack, to actually being able to couple your visitors with more revenue. So here you have all of this traffic coming in, as we said before. Now the thing that's changed is the Facebook Pixel that I just talked about. You install the Facebook Pixel by creating a Facebook account, getting the Pixel, and putting it on your website. And I don't have time for the purpose of this video to get into all the technicalities, but it's easy to find online. Now you will still get a few sales, obviously. But the most important thing that's going to happen is every single visitor that comes into this website, the Facebook Pixel is going to send their data down to the Facebook artificial intelligence, and my fancy brain here. Now, the Facebook artificial intelligence is going to store this and gives you the capacity to go into Facebook, create an ad account, and create an audience from your own traffic. So you don't need anybody else's traffic. You don't need to even buy new traffic. You're actually repurposing all of the visitors that have already come to your website, creating an audience from it using the Facebook artificial intelligence. And then what happens is absolutely mind-blowing. On your website, you're extremely limited to the messages that you could send. If they opted into a newsletter, you were really limited in the messages that you could send. But Facebook is running artificial intelligence. And it has the capacity to do really, really complex behavior-based marketing. What does that mean? Don't you wish when you were marketing that you knew exactly what the person wanted when they visited your website and you could put them on the exact right page for what they wanted? Facebook artificial intelligence can do that for you. You can do things like put up an article or put up a video, and within your audience, you can tell Facebook that only people who have watched 25% of this video should see this message, or only people that have read article A, B, and C should see this other message. You're essentially taking your users down a marketing journey at exactly the right time. So let's take, as an example, if you were selling granite to people, you're selling granite countertops, and the purchasing decision for this could be 6 months out. They want ideas, they're looking at pictures, they're doing all kinds of stuff. The old way of doing things was you were buying the traffic, which is really expensive for keywords like granite countertops. They were coming into the website, but you had no idea what to show them. So your website is kind of like everything. It's got a dream gallery, it's got an estimator, it's got all of these things, because frankly, you really have no idea what they want or when they want it. And you'd get lucky and you'd get a few sales. But if you're using the Facebook artificial intelligence, all of those people then get ported down into Facebook, and we'll put it here, a custom audience that you own. And now that custom audience can start to receive different messages. So as an example, if you're not sure on your website if they're 3 months away, 6 months away from making your purchase, you could put an article on Facebook and show it only to that custom audience. It says what you absolutely need to know if you're buying granite in the next 30 days. The people who click that article are more than likely buying granite in the next 30 days. You can then start to take them down a path of buyers, 30-day buyers, and show them very special messaging and throw them into some kind of scarcity or time-based sale. If people are going to your, Counters website, Granite Counters website, and you're not sure if they want quartz or they want granite, they want some kind of man-made stone. Again, using the artificial intelligence and Facebook marketing, you could show them marketing based on one or the other and see which one they're most receptive to, see which one they go down the path furthest, and then start to only show them offers about that particular thing. The really exciting thing is that while here you had one shot, a one and done for all of that money that you were spending, massive amount of money, as soon as you create a custom audience using the Facebook pixel and use the artificial intelligence to move them down here, you're going forever and forever and forever until they come back up and get back into the sale. You can also choose to send them specifically from certain marketing on Facebook into certain parts of your website. So the ability to repurpose your existing budget is absolutely phenomenal. The really cool thing is, if you go on Facebook and you start buying traffic, if you start buying new people, they charge you a lot of money. It's just the way it is. But if you use your own audience, so you're already spending on AdWords, you're already driving traffic to your website. If you're to your own audience and you want to market to them, Facebook gives you one hell of a break on the cost. Obviously, you want to retain somebody who's fantastic at setting up all the after, marketing and getting the cost down. But the point is to not take advantage of all of the traffic that's coming in here and maximizing the sales, significantly by using the Facebook artificial intelligence is absolutely crazy. So that's the number one growth hack that we're using in our businesses today. There's another important thing to point out. Lookalike audiences. This is a huge deal. I didn't want to make this video too long, but this is too important to ignore. There's something inside of Facebook's artificial intelligence called lookalike audiences. So imagine all of the money that you spend on Google AdWords and offline to get people to come to your website to look at your offer to sell them granite countertops or whatever it is. Costs a lot of money to do that. Here's the really cool thing. The Facebook pixel is installed on 80% of the websites in the world. So your competitors in your town are also probably running the Facebook pixel on their website. Places like Home Depot and Reno renovation shops, big national chains, home decor places, HGTV, I don't care what it is, they're running the Facebook pixel. So Facebook understands how people are behaving at a very granular level in the background. And once you have your audience, and by the way, the Facebook pixel, as long as it's been installed on your website, is retroactive. So if you've had the Facebook pixel installed on your website for some time, we can go in and set up a campaign and have it market to people from 6 months ago, all the way up to today. So that's one cool thing. But to the lookalike audiences part, once you run out of audience, you have your people, right? Once you run out of, marketing, or you're starting to saturate it, or you're not getting them fast enough and you want to grow even faster, you can go into Facebook and you can create a lookalike audience based on your audience. You can tell Facebook, these are the kinds of people that are buying my stuff. These are the kinds of people visiting my website. These are the kinds of people about to do a renovation of their kitchen. Find me the same kinds of people. The Facebook artificial intelligence has so much data, it's frightening. And they're going to go out and they're going to find other people that you didn't pay for, that you didn't bring into your traffic, and they're going to create another audience for you to market to. Not only are they going to create a new audience for you to market to, but it's going to be an evergreen audience. In other words, the sets of behaviors that those people are displaying to become a customer are sort of static. And if somebody starts to display that behavior tomorrow, or next week, or in a month, they can be ported into this new audience, this lookalike audience that's been created, and generate an engine for you that's constantly bringing you sales. Again, significantly cheaper than trying to grab them at the first AdWords click. So I'm going to cut it here for today. Obviously, we covered a lot of information. Feel free to leave your comments below the video if you like. And if you're looking for some specific assistance, come and visit our website, thenextmillionagency.com, and we'd be happy to chat with you about getting you to the next million in your revenue.